Well boys, how are y'all getting on? Welcome back to another video now. We're doing a different style of video today. Today I'm going to be talking about my entire heavy lure fishing setup that I use for pike. Everything from the rod, the net, the scale, the lures, everything. So we're going to get straight into it and I'm going to show you the rod. So the original heavy rod I had was the Savage Gear SG2 Power Game 8'6", 70 to 130 gram, moderate fast, Baitcaster rod. And it was a very good rod. The reason I upgraded was because it's a little too short to handle, and also the new heavy Baitcaster reel I got for it, it just kept falling out of the socket no matter how tight I would lock it, and it just got really annoying. Like, I hooked a 16 pounder on it and the reel came completely off.
Oh god, the reel! Oh shit, the reel's coming off! The reel's coming off! The reel's actually just come off its socket.
So yeah, I upgraded to the Savage Gear SG4. You've never seen this rod before, I only just got it like recently. And it is the Power Game again. It's the same 80 to 130 gram and it is 8'6". The difference is it's a longer handle, very comfortable, perfect for what I need, like a long handle for making long casts, especially with jerk baits. Looks nicer of course. And the reel doesn't come out of the socket. Like, I've only screwed this in once, it has not come out once, so it's the perfect lure rod really. And to pair up with the rod, I have the BFT Instinct 6:1 gear ratio heavy baitcaster reel. It's a very good reel. I've only had it a few months now. It's done everything I needed to do. The main thing I just needed was a bigger bait cast that held more line and had a tighter drag. I don't think I've had the drag slip once on me. It survived the winter, which is shocking. Most of my reels don't, due to how muddy and battered they get. It does need a bit of oil, so once I get my hands on some reel oil, I'll lube her up and fix her. And it fits perfectly in the hand as well. Like, I have massive hands, and even for a small person, no bother. Big handles, which is what I need as well. I don't want little feckin' fiddly ones that I'll slip on when I'm fighting a fish or anything. And it's light, it's the main thing. The main thing about baitcast is it wants to be light, especially with the rod as well. Like, I could carry this thing all day for like 10 hours if I did, and I managed perfectly. So yeah, the reel's good. And the line I have on the reel is some Daiwa J8 braid, and it is 36 kilo. Just I thought it was heavier than that, which is 79 pounds. I thought it was 100. It's grand. And I got multicolored line, as you can see. It's 0.3 millimeters thick, but every, I think, couple of meters it changes color. So it's very good for judging distance, like across a riverbank or a canal, you know, very handy for that. It also just looks nice, but I use it for measuring distance when casting. It does actually help for that. The reason why you get heavy braid, especially for big lures, is not so much for fighting a fish. It's just if you get a lure stuck in a snag, you can rip it out. Like, for example, if you got like a Morris mouse which costs like €60 in some shops, you do not want to be losing this to some 20-pound braid. So it's always better to go too heavy than too light. So that's why we go heavy braid. So that's my new rod for heavy lure fishing. So now we're going to get on to the other things I use, starting off with the traces. So the traces I make are made out of Savage Gear Regenerator fluorocarbon, and they are 52 kilos, 114 pounds, and they are 1.05 millimeters thick. There's always a debate between wire and fluoro. I personally find fluorocarbon better. People say pike can cut through it and stuff. I've never had a pike cut through fluoro. Yes, they can like dent it and cut it, but all you have to do in the session is just change to a different trace, go home, cut off what's damaged, put on a new crimp and put on a new clip, and you're back in business. Like, I remember I had one fluorocarbon trace on for over 15 pike. So just take that as you will. And on there I use some Savage Gear clips. I make my own traces, so you can customize it to whatever length you want. I like to have them quite long, like this. And I have mustard crimps, and I have some Savage Gear swivels. So yeah, that is the traces I use, and normally on a session with me, I'd carry about 6 with me. I don't go through them all, obviously. Like, most of the time I'll just use the one for like multiple sessions, but occasionally it's always nice to have spares on you. So now on to lures and lure boxes. So when I'm out pike fishing, I'll normally only bring one big box of lures with me because I find it just handier than bringing a load of small ones. So for the box, I use a big Fox Rage box. This is the large size. I think it's the largest size they have. But the main feature of it is, it's just like a Tupperware box. There's no sections in it at all, or no things to pull out. It's just a big empty box for storing every big lure you own. It's just way handier. Like for example, it can fit my biggest lure, the 32cm line chew roach, as well as lemon trout. Like it can fit all that in with no bother. The clips, like it just closes nice and easy. They don't come out of place or anything. And you might have noticed on all of my lures, I have hook protectors on them. And that's really why I use a big compartment box, because when you have these hook protectors on and all your lures are ready, you literally just have to go pull out a lure, put it on, take off your hook protector, you're away. Like there's no filling with hooks or nothing. The only thing that does get wrapped is just the line chew wires, which is a little annoying. Other than that, there's no issue. Like you can just pull out a lure with glide bait and you're good to go. And in terms of lures, I use everything. I am not going to go into all of them in this video. I might do another one. I just have too many big lures now, let's be honest. Like, but the main ones I'll use would just be like, you know, line chew lures. That's the big line chew perch, which will be actually used in this video. Big hard swim baits, glide baits, curly tails, big line chews, you know, jerk baits, crankbaits, like hybrid lures. You know, I use everything really for pike. Fuck catchy. And I do recommend if you have a lot of big lures, get a deep one. Don't get one that's like shallow. Like get a full deep one. Trust me, it saves you a lot of headache. And in terms of lure accessories, these little Savage Gear boxes is what I use them. I just keep it in like the front pocket of my bag. But I just keep all my little weights, rattles, ball weights that I want to add onto my lure from out. I don't have to be doing it at home. Just a little box like that, it's pure handy. You don't have to be pulling out everything in your bag. Just pull that out in your front pocket, your way. And in terms of tools for unhooking pike, I'll normally just bring like pistol grip pliers. You can't go wrong with them. And I'll normally attach that to a little string or a wire, and I'll attach that to me so it's always on me. I don't be fishing through my bag. And if a fish did get badly hooked or anything, I have these Savage Gear hook cutters, and I keep them in my bag as well. They come in a little pouch. So I just keep the tools simple. Like you don't have to bring like 20 pairs of pliers, but you just bring one nice long one. That's all I bring in terms of pliers and tools. And in terms of weighing and giving a length of a fish, I normally just carry a very compact measuring tape with me. This is a Savage Gear one. A lot of Savage Gears, you can tell. And as you can see, this one goes to 126 centimeters long. It just rolls right back up, making life very easy. You can obviously get ones that you can just pull a tab and then pull back and it'll zip right back in, which is probably a handier option. That's just the one I have, and as you can see I have to manually roll it down. But it's extremely compact, which is the main thing in lure fishing. You want to be compact and light. You don't want to bring half the house with you. And then for a scale, I just keep it in this little pouch. I use a Berkeley scale and it goes up to 55 pounds. It's very straightforward to use. You just press power, it's on, unit for pounds or kilos, and then tare. So that's all you use. Such a handy scale, no hassle. When I'm out fishing as well, I normally just have my camera bag on me as well. And then sometimes when I'm out filming, I'll also bring this with me, which is the Water Wolf. And the bag I use is just this big rucksack. It's a bit dirty, but literally you just open this up, you put your lure box in, for example, like that. Then you zip that up. You have a little tray there. I normally put my pliers and stuff there, and then you literally just clip it. These two clips here on the sides, and then in the front is just my front pocket for, you know, my accessories, my scale, all that. So it's a very straightforward bag. I might upgrade it just to something a little bit better. But for meantime, like, that's all you need. And the last thing any good angler needs is a net. It's the biggest net they had in the shop. It's a Savage Gear net. What's great about it is it folds like that. So it's quite compact. And then another good thing is the handle comes down. But that's not just the full length. At the back here, it also extends. So basically, it's the biggest possible net you could need for big pike. Like 20 is going to fit in that, no bother. Or so I think. I've yet to get one. And it just closes and it just makes life a lot easier. If you can, bring a big net with you. Small nets are a pain, and don't get cotton. Like, this is mesh. Hooks are easy to get out of it. If you've ever had a treble hook caught on cotton, especially barbed, you know it's not easy to get out and it's not fun. But yeah. That is officially everything I use for pike. So now on to a bit of fishing footage. First of all, we have some pike fishing with the setup I just showed you, and then we have some ultralight trout fishing. So for the pike, I was just testing out my new SG4 rods, I only just got it, and the lure I was using on the canal and river was the line tube perch, large, natural colour, great lure. The pike absolutely loved it. I got loads of hits that I didn't get on camera, and yeah, this is what happened. And for the end of the video, I did a little bit of ultralight fishing on my local river. I've been really enjoying my trout fishing, and the two main lures I'm using in all this footage is the rainbow coloured Countdown Elite 55 by Rapala and the Savage Gear Rolex spinner in Fire Tiger, because the river is quite murky because of all the rain we've had, hence the reason why the fishing's been hard. And yeah, that's all I've been using, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.
Oh, you see that?
I guarantee there's more than him around here.
Man! This was what, a 2-pounder anyhow? I could smash that. Go! On the old line tube perch. Oh, he's only on one hook. Oh, first fish on the SG4. There we go. Very skinny fish there. That could be a male. That one look out. There. Look how easy that came out. There we go. That is a skinny fish. Long, skinny male. I give him. But yeah. Oh, there you go. First fish, second fish of the day. First fish on the SG4. On the big size line tube perch. Long, skinny male. I give him just under 3 maybe. Nice. That goes away. Right, I'd say there's more, so let's keep going. Got one. There we go. Me, lad, how? He was jumping and oh, what? Big f***ing. Did you see how big that f***ing was? Right there, right in front of me. It's a little baby, just there. I knew there'd be one there. With the hands, yeah, it's only a baby, but first brown trout a little bit. I've been down a lot of times and missing so many, but yeah, little single hook's done well. Yeah, first little brownie. Heard me. You heard me. Got him. On the Rolex spinner. There we go. Lovely little brownie. On the old Rolex spinner. He absolutely crushed it. And I have no pliers with me. Lovely. Unfortunately, this fish was hooked in the gills, and because I didn't have my pliers, I wasn't able to get the hook out by hands. So I just said I'd take the fish and keep him for a pike bait. So learn from me, always bring your pliers with you. Wasn't there? There we go, nice one. Got him. Got him. On you, baby. There's a little pair. Lovely little trout. Look at that. Sorry, buddy. Trying to let go of the spinner, please. There we go. I'll release him over here because I can actually get down to the water. I can't really get down there. Okay. Ah, yeah, he's got it.